Well, hello there, you delightful individuals. Welcome back to the wonderful world of thirst and vanity. What an exquisite place we have here. And I'm thoroughly enjoying making videos again. I am genuinely very grateful to all of you for hanging around and waiting for me to get the bug again. And speaking of the bug again, I've definitely got the vlog bug. The whole dynamic of going interesting places and filming the entire process and then going back and editing it and showing you what I've been up to. Maybe it's also because I've been up to some pretty interesting things recently, like Rocky Horror, and now Pride. Pride in Hull 2025. Last year I did a kind of vlog thing, but it was less of a vlog and more of just like a captured experience, where it was just like, behold, this is me going out, look at me putting my makeup on and stuff like that. This one has been a bit more in-depth, a bit more like nitty-gritty, talking about what I've been doing, how we went about it, what we've been doing at Pride and stuff like that. And it's been really good. I do enjoy jumping into a new creative endeavor, and this is very much it. This is very much my latest thorough dopamine stint, you know. So thank you to all of you beautiful people for watching along on my interesting and peculiar journeys. But back onto it. This is about Pride in Hull 2025, which is the local Pride Parade, my hometown's Pride Parade. I've been involved in Pride for years. It started with me just going to the parades myself, and then I started going with other companies and stuff, like companies that I'd worked with and stuff like that as like freelance performer. And then I worked it, like my company LGBTQIA with Ken, our like erotic cabaret stuff. We worked it and did some educational stuff, and then now we're going with our company, you know, going with the company and just representing us and eroticism and equality and inclusivity within eroticism and stuff like that. Obviously making sure that anything that we do that is within those realms stays away from any of the family-friendly areas, because we are respectful that you can, you know, enjoy both, but in two completely separate areas, you know. Anyway, enough of me prattling on. Now is the time to show you what Pride in Hull 2025 was like. Okay, here we go. Back-to-back vlogs, it seems, as there is a lot of things going on. You get to see my studio space, but now you get to see what's behind the curtain. Oh, what is behind the curtain as I prepare all the bits and pieces. This is actually a bit more of a warehouse space than anything else, because this is just where I store everything of all of the million, billion, trillion things that I do. I'm not even going to show you that side of the room, because that side of the room is... it's not good. It's not good at all by any stretch of imagination. However, this is where all our bits and pieces ready for Pride are. And then there's a couple of boxes over there that have got sound gear that I still need to go through and get bits and pieces sorted. But we have got a crate full of like the condom packs with condoms and lubes in them, some flyers, don't forget sun lotion and bits and pieces. And then we have my makeup, because that's really important, the big speaker for music and bits and pieces, and we've just ordered this trolley, this glorious trolley to go with us. You see, we started working with Pride. I mean, we've always done the Pride Parade, just never as Ken, or we didn't do it as Ken for a very long time. And then I got asked to do that adult area. So we did the adult area, which was like a full day long parade thing, where we did, from the point where the parade finished right the way through to the point where the event finished, we did these interaction things where it was like cabarets, and we had talks from trans people. We had all kinds of like educational bits and pieces, from kink to sex, health, safety, to what it is to be the trans experience. And the year after that, they couldn't afford us, which is entirely fair. You know, sometimes people can't get the funding or what have you, and at the end of the day, when you're doing a big social event like that, the adult area is the bottom of the priority list, because the vast majority of it's all family fun, do you know what I mean? However, we still took part in the parade. We went down, and that was our first year like walking the parade as Ken. And then this year we decided we were going to step it up a little bit. They still haven't asked us to come back for the adult area, but they've got even less money this year with all of the stuff that's going on in the world. It's an experience, and I know that many people are struggling far more than I am with it. But
we were like, right, doesn't matter. We're still going to be there as Ken, as part of the entire endeavour. And we're going to make a bit more of an event of it this year. Because last year, I mean, you might have seen my sort of covering of it. But last year, where we were in the parade was like just behind the Leathermen and just in front of all the police officers, which was fine. We've got no issue with that. And it ended up being that where we were was like a lull in the music. There was no like music going on, which was really strange, which was really weird. So, like every time I've been to the Pride Parade previously, without being a part of Ken, there's always been like music pumping all the way down the entire parade. The whole way down there's been like music going on. And then last year where we were, there wasn't any. And that was really weird, sort of marching the parade, doing the whole, this is Pride, we are who we are, to no music at all. So this year we splashed out, got ourselves a sexy little trolley, and pulled out the big old speaker, so we can start playing some music ourselves while marching down the old road, as it were. So this has just arrived. I don't know what it looks like, but I have to go and look after my parents' dog because my parents are away and their hound is booked into the kennels, but my dad got the date wrong. So he was like, hey Val, will you come round for a day and just look after the dog for one night? And I was like, yeah, sure, I'll be perfectly fine, no issues at all. Oh, it's Pride tomorrow. Oh, okay. So now I need to get all of this stuff into the car, need to get to my parents' house. Oh, I need to get all my costume and stuff upstairs into the car as well, because I've got about 8 costumes. I haven't decided which one I'm going to wear yet, but I'm going to wear one of them. And then we can start looking at getting everything sorted, because I want to decorate the trolley as well. It can't just be a trolley. I want to decorate it and make it look pretty, making sure the whole speaker fits into it, make sure it fits all right. Then I need to sort out a playlist for all of the music we're going to have while we're marching down, which needs to be a little bit sexy but not too sexy, a little bit upbeat but not too upbeat, just fun and interesting stuff. I've got like a Ken playlist, but I think that might be a bit too raunchy for it. Let's get all the stuff into the car, shall we? There it is, all for one night. It's amazing how much stuff you need to carry for one night, but that'll all do. Piled in the back of a shitty vehicle that's on its way out. Woo! Okay, here we are at my parents' house. The dog has just been fed. He's looking pretty good. He's looking pretty happy. He misses my parents. He's an old man now. He's an old man. He's just sat on his bed. We kind of leave him to wander around as he wants to wander around, so we don't like annoy him much, you know, because he's a surprisingly old man. We're not entirely sure because he's a rescue dog. I'll show you him later. When I take him out for a walk, because it's a bit too warm to go for a walk at the moment. But when I show you him later, you'll see he's a lurcher, and he's a rescue dog. So we're not entirely sure how old he is. He could be 11, he could be 14. One of the two. But every like Saluki-based lurcher that we've had before has only lived to about 11. So he's definitely pushing the far end of it. And as much as he is an excitable little puppy when I walked in the door today, I have to say he definitely slows down on a walk. But I can't take him for a walk yet because it's too warm, too hot, too toasty. And as much as he would love to go for a run right now, it's just a little too warm and I don't want to burn his little footsies. But in the meantime, I'm going to open this and try and construct it here in my parents' living room, and then look at decorating it, and we'll see how we get on. I can't remember what size I ordered, so this might be bloody huge. I'm not entirely sure. Let's find out, shall we? Let's find out. Ugh. It may be fully constructed already, but I've just seen the size of the wheels and they are unreasonably huge. Okay, let's try it. Okay. And then, presumably, this is the base. Oh. There's instructions. Instructions that I definitely ignored. Okay, well that didn't take too much to create. This is really good. I don't know what I was expecting, but this wasn't it. I kind of was expecting something a bit more, I don't know, ramshackle, because I definitely paid for something at the lower end of the budgets that were available, because I was like, I don't know whether we're going to do this again. I don't know whether we're going to keep doing this. I've got no idea. So I was like, right, I'll pay for something on the lower end, see how it goes. This one was discounted as well. So I was like, cool, that sounds great. It'll survive as one run, and if it turns out that it's something we want to do again and again and again, then we'll invest in more, you know, as you do, that kind of thing. But this is really good. It's sturdy. It's got big old thick wheels. They're like solid rubber. I thought they were going to be plastic, but it seems like they're more like a rubber material. The question is, how am I going to decorate it? How am I going to decorate it? That seems relatively solid. Put the speaker on there like that. I wonder if I've still got my feather boa from Rocky Horror in the car. I was going to use like some red fabric, some ruched red fabric to give it sort of that Moulin Rouge effect. But actually, I feel like this, as I already have it in the car, this might be better to decorate around it, you know? It won't fit the whole way round unless I separate it out. I do have some zip ties somewhere. Aha! The perfect colours as well. Let's try the feather boas, and if it doesn't work, then it doesn't work. At least we can say we've tried. Do you know what, that doesn't look too bad. That doesn't look too bad at all for a little bougie goodness. And then I also stole from a wedding. Yes, that's right. I went to a wedding a while ago. As many of you who have watched my live Twitch will remember. But I went to a wedding, and at the end of the wedding they were like, just take stuff, we've got too much shit. And I was like, okay, sounds good to me. I've got a lot of this like gold leaf stuff that is entangled in with little lights. I don't know whether the lights will be bright enough, but we can get to untangling. They could work.
And what an ordeal it was too. I can honestly say I was not expecting to have to untangle them when I gathered them all up from the wedding that I absolutely stole them from. I honestly spent a good 40 minutes. I've sped this up ridiculously just to give you some kind of idea. I even then got the idea to actually turn the lights on, as you can see here, in order to actually understand how to do, like where the actual cables were leading and stuff like that. But I eventually did it and managed to thread them around the beautiful feather boa, making everything look beautiful and pretty. I thought this was a really, really good idea, but actually in practice it turned out to be not so good because, well, you couldn't really see any of the lights out in the daytime, but it looked pretty when it was inside, you know?
What? 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 What are you barking at, eh? What are you barking at, my boy?
Yes, that was my delightful parents' dog, Alvin. What a glorious hound he is as well. I put on some of the golden leaf as well, and then got to the other side, making sure that everything looked delightfully pretty and somewhat symmetrical. I wasn't too conscious about it because I realized that people weren't really going to look at it. It was more down to making it look somewhat pretty and thematic in the whole Ken theme, whilst, you know, being more practical than anything else. You know, trying to make sure that I have something to cart the big speaker around with and other stuff.
Okay. I think I'm done. We've got the gold leaf, we've got the feather boas, we've got the lights all the way around and stuff like that. You're not really going to see the lights tomorrow during the day, but it'll be a nice little addition if people do notice it and what have you. I'm debating whether I need to do something with this. I feel like it's going to have to stay on there like that, purely because of being able to hear it and what have you. Lily is currently sending me a list of all the tracks we're thinking for the playlist. Something upbeat and sexy, but not too sexy, because obviously there's going to be kids around and stuff like that. And see where we go from there. But overall, I think I'm pretty impressed. Pretty happy with this. It's not hugely glamorous by any stretch of the imagination, but it doesn't need to be. It doesn't need to be. It's going to be out for like a couple of hours and then it'll be grand. I might cover this a bit more, but I'll let you know. Here I am taking the dog for a walk. The hound. Yes. With him being a rescue dog. One of his traits, one of his little quirks, is the fact that he doesn't really like other dogs. With him being a sight hound, he will chase anything that moves, happily. As long as it's not human. He doesn't really care about humans. But dogs, cats, pigeons, squirrels, anything that moves, he will happily chase it with no issues at all. But as a result, it means that I can't really take him off the lead. And my dad has him like absolutely, voice trained, as it were. But I don't always. Most of the time I do, but I don't risk it. And as you should know, friends, if you are one of these wonderful individuals that has a dog, you shouldn't let them off the lead unless you have complete control of them at all times. They respond to all voice commands, etc. But he's doing alright. He's knackered. He's an old man. He's an old man and it's real hot. Fortunately the sun's dipped down, so there's a cool breeze and it's not going to burn his little tootsies. But he's alright. He's okay. He's an old man. Look at him. Look at him. Little cherub. You see him checking in every single garden just to be 100% sure there's no cats or anything that he can chase, because he does love to run. He does love to run, don't you, kid? Eh? This is how I know he's getting old. We've literally walked up one street, went round a side street and come back down another street, and he's knackered. Part of that'll be the heat, but a lot of it is going to be his age, bless him. And for those people that don't know breeds of dog, they are meant to be that skinny. That is a natural weight for them.
So that was the preparation day, the Friday beforehand. What you don't actually see here is the fact that I spent like 4 to 5 hours trying to get all of the playlist sorted, purely so that we had like a good hour to an hour and a half music, so there wasn't any repeats of anything. I'd set it all up so that it finished with I'm Just Ken and The Time Warp, because the way that the parade worked in 2024 was that we paraded through and then it all just kind of petered out and nothing really. We finished where there was like loads of stalls and stuff like that, but then it was just like, Obviously, the organizers can do what they want, but for me personally, I was like, no, I want something to symbolize the end of the actual parade. So I was like, cool, we are there representing Ken. We'll do Barbie's I'm Just Ken, and then we will do the Time Warp. That was the plan. That was the plan of action. It was like, right, let's do that. That'll be fun. It'll be shits and giggles, you know? Then I proceeded to get to sleep at about 1 o'clock in the morning, knowing full well that I had to be up at like 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning, because who needs sleep when you're planning excursions, right? Good morning, you delightful individuals. I've just got out of the shower. Stayed at my parents' last night, and now I'm on my way to let the dog out. Hello? What? Good morning. Good morning to you, yes. Hello, you cheeky little devil. Hey? Should we let you out? I know. It is morning time. ridiculously early in the morning is what it is, isn't it, dog? You're just hungry for breakfast, you are, aren't you? You are, you're hungry for breakfast. Right, let's get him some breakfast. He is eager. Eager. Ready for some breakfast? Good boy. Oh, wait. 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 Go on then. And it is 6:30 in the morning. I got to bed at about 1 a.m. after spending 4 hours trying to sort out music for the parade, make sure we've got plenty of music. And I need to leave here at 8 a.m. in order to get the dog to the kennels. And then drive all the way back, which is about half an hour, 40 minutes, to register for the parade, park up in town, walk all the way to where the parade is starting, and then register, gather me and my little Ken team, and get ourselves all set up for the parade. I am not in any way, shape or form ready enough or awake enough for this shit. You all done? Well, I'm here in Hull now, here in the joys of a car park, having driven around several car parks in order to try and find one that doesn't take just coins. But it turns out the Hull City Council is very much around the idea of just coins when it comes to parking. Who the hell has coins these days? Fortunately, I'm borrowing my parents' car and they had coins. I've just unloaded all the stuff, ready to go. Gonna go meet all my friends now. However, I said I'd hang around for a stranger because they were all prided up and they were like, I've got no coins, so they've run to get cash in order to put money on their car, and I said I'd hang around, but I don't know how much longer I can hang around. I'm here now at the Ken thing and I've got all sweaty. Marching with the crate all the way down here was a choice to say the least. It is very warm and very sweaty, and the plan is friends, that we're going to start all the way down the bottom there, and it looks like people are still just meandering on in. There's no like major collection of people. There's like all the Hull volunteers back there, which are always a great laugh. They're spread out across. Then we've got the Leathermen behind me, then all of the people in high-vis, they're all the pride people. And people are just filtering in. I think we've got till about, it's like 9:30 now, he says, checking his phone. No, it's 10 to 10 now. And I think the plan is for everyone to be in place at 10:30 so that we can set off for 11. And then the whole parade will last about an hour. But we'll see. We'll see how that goes. It's always an interesting one. I know they've had less money this year. I mean, every pride has had less money this year because of social political shit that's going on, which is always a pain in the hoop. But it's going to be fun. We're going to have a good time. We're going to make the most of it. We're going to be representing my delightful event, Kinky Erotic Nature. I've decided that next year I want chandeliers. Haven't decided in what way I want chandeliers, but I've decided next year I want chandeliers. And yeah, let's see how we get on, shall we? Hello, we're back again. Everyone's now slowly but surely getting into their locales. We've got the Leatherman, seen some friends. People already arriving. Lots of colour, lots of things going on. Hold on. Yeah, we've got the fairies coming. They're not allowed on Fancy anymore. And then we've got all these beautiful people. It's all coming together. It's all looking pretty. It's all getting there, steadily but surely. And then party times will ensue, for sure. They said we should get everything in ready for like 10, but that just didn't happen. This was significantly later than 10. As you can see, they're just getting everyone into their relevant areas. We were in one of the A sections. I think it was an A line and a B line. and we were definitely the A line.
Next to you, there is always better. Always there to please you, always there when I need you, always there to love you, always there thinking of you, always there, always there, yeah.
Last year they put us between the Leathermen and the police, but this year the police weren't allowed to take part. There were some controversies in one of the other prides where some people said that police officers in uniform wouldn't be impartial if some people started kicking off. So the police weren't allowed to get involved, unfortunately, but I always did find it amusing to be the buffer zone between the leather people and the leather men and the police. As you can see, it was a really good turnout, and me looking pretty in all my feathers, feeling glorious and wonderful. It was such a wholesome environment, such a really supportive, wholesome environment, surrounded by all different types of people, and just full of love. And that's what I love about Pride. That's the reason why we keep coming back and why we keep supporting it. Not only is it a protest, which it is a protest, fighting against inequality and prejudice, but it's also so full of love and people just being themselves, you know? And that's it, the parade over. Now we have a drink. I've just put all the stuff back in the car. I've had to change over to my phone because I ran out of space and battery on my camera, my good camera. So now we're dealing with this. But I'm meandering through. It's a busy time. You know, despite the fact that they didn't have quite as much money this time, still very busy, still full of people. It's good to see. It's good to see. Let me show you. And here we have all of the markets along the main sort of street. This is actually where the parade finished. We sort of came to one end, and then there was somebody with a loudspeaker just being like, and that's the end of the parade. And we were like, oh, okay, fair enough. I mean, it gave us the opportunity to have a look in all these wonderful little stalls, get to be surrounded by very much colourful, beautiful people. Lots of people stopped me and asked for photos, which was very, very kind of them. I do enjoy dressing flamboyantly, but it's always nice to know that other people think it's a nice outfit as well. And we move into Queen Victoria Square. There's a statue at the far end of Queen Victoria, and a couple of little stages here for like little performances and stuff. And this was the main stage in a place called Zebedee's Yard. This was like quite later on, so it's a little petered out at the moment, but yeah, they had all kinds of different like tribute acts and stuff like that this year, which was interesting. So yeah, there's that. And now I'm going to go get a drink. So that was it. Pride 2025. Pride in Hull 2025. And it was great. It was really wonderful to like be there. And we've already sort of started collating ideas, me and the little Cult of Vain team, collating ideas about what we want to do for following years. I said about bringing the chandeliers in there. I want to make a bit more of a presence for us in the actual parade itself. But with the way that money is and the way that sponsorships are with the Pride movement, because Pride being a protest and the whole pink washing of everything is slowly but surely dying off, which is a good thing and a bad thing. A good thing in the regards that you finally can see which companies actually stand by the LGBTQIA and equal rights and what have you, but a bad thing in the regards of like Pride as charities around the country don't have the same money to put into making these grandiose events. That is a constant battle of trying to work out where the corporations sit and their sponsorship money versus trying to make the best event you possibly can, whilst also, on top of all of these things, this beautiful, amazing festival of love and peace and equality and all of that stuff, remembering its roots, remembering that Pride started as a protest. It started as a riot. I'm not going to go into the history too much because I am certainly not the best person to educate people on that history. However, it's worth knowing if you like Pride, if you have any interest in the movement and the reason why it's the way it is and the why we're constantly fighting and the reason why we are constantly being there every single year to have this parade, to have this whole event that says we are here, then please look up the Stonewall riots, look up the origins, look up the history, look up why it started. because it began with violence. And as much as it is beautiful and full of love and full of expression, it is a stark reminder of how far we have come and how far we have yet to go with those as well. Beautiful, full of love, full of creativity, but a powerful movement and a powerful reminder. Speaking of beautiful symbols of how far we've come, but how far we have still yet to go, we met this wonderful woman who was telling us all about her brother, Jonty. She was carrying an umbrella, and she would go around different people and she would ask them if she could take a photo of them holding this umbrella. And she would tell us his story. This brother of hers who grew up in a place that was not accepting of the LGBTQIA. And unfortunately for him, he was killed for it. It touched my heart. It really did. And it was such a stark reminder of the fact that there are still places where people cannot be themselves. And yet, there is so much hope in places like the Pride Parades that the future is a brighter one. And I was very thankful, very, very thankful for her telling us his story and to meet her. And I will put links down below in the description to show you all of her story, because I would love if you go check it out. She was a really, really nice person. She was just really humble and wholesome, and I loved hearing about Jonty. I loved hearing about this amazing person that she was telling us about, and I am genuinely a little heartbroken to hear that he lost his life for being himself. But I'm glad that she's there sharing his umbrella with the rest of us, you know? But yeah, it was a great event. It was really good. Even if I didn't have any sleep or what have you and was running around like headless chicken, it was really cool to be a part of it. It was really nice to be a part of it. Already have ideas for things that we can do next year, and hopefully we can get it all sorted. But in the meantime, friends, thank you very much for watching through my vlog. I really, really appreciate it. As always, I'm available on a variety of different social medias. You can find me on Twitch if you'd like to just come over and have a chat, have a little natter. We talk about all kinds of bits and pieces. It's always fun and games. You can find me on TikTok, where I do whimsical facts about schmecks. Haven't done much stuff on there recently because I've been prioritizing these videos over making content on there. And then, of course, Instagram, where all the behind the scenes stuff, all the bits and pieces of my life just exist on this platform down here, you know? Thank you so much for watching. It might be a little while before I get another vlog out there, because I've got quite a busy life doing other bits and pieces before I get back on some kind of interesting adventure again. But I will see what I can do. I've got some ideas, I've got some things lined up, and hopefully we'll be able to get something sorted nice and quick for you. Nice and quick, you know? But until next time, you beautiful individuals, don't do anything I wouldn't do, because if I wouldn't do it, it'll fucking kill you.